Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
What's happening with it? What's happening with it? We waiting for everybody else to come in. Tron G, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for coming. What's happening with it?
Thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely. Get Buck. What up, Brody? If you talking, we can't hear you, bros. We got some more people coming. We got like 10 people at the round table today, but you know how black people are. They be on black people time. You already know how that goes.
Hey, Mexicans too.
I should have told them 8:30. If I would have said 8:30, they would have been here at 9. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about? You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna give them a couple minutes before we get started on our round table today. It's great to see you, Naomi. I know we ain't seen each other in almost a month of Sundays. It's great to see you.
I know. Keep missing each other.
Yeah, it's called busy life. Busy life.
You don't even know. Well, no, you know.
I know. I'm about to say, no, I know. No, I definitely know. No, I definitely know. ASAP Rocky, you did.
Yes.
I got that good rise and grind on today. I hope everybody got up this morning, got their rise on, got their grind on. Everybody is here, so and we blessed to be alive this morning. You heard?
Amen.
Right.
That is definitely a plus. But can you hear me? But I'm gonna need you to get some of your technical difficulties together, brother. I'm trying to talk to you. Somebody just texted me, said they're trying to get in. I don't know where they at, though. But what up, though? Who's that, Ray? That's Ray? Ray, that's you? You in Jamaica on here with us, Ray? You a beast, brother. I appreciate you all the way in Jamaica and gonna come to the round table. You know what it is. Let's go ahead and get this started, man. I'm your host, Rand Blacc, with my beautiful co-host, Naomi G. What up, Naomi?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. I appreciate everybody coming in. We're going to do something a little different today, man. Some of y'all might not know, but I'm a school teacher, man. So I've been noticing a lot of things in our school system, especially in our classrooms, as far as it's concerning to social media and how social media now is impacting our youth, as well as our young women. I'm a daddy of 2 daughters. You feel what I'm saying? Shell, what up, though? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm a daddy of 2 daughters. You feel me? So I wanted to kind of discuss how social media now is, I'm going to say this, and you can debate about it if we want to. That's what we're here to do today, is to talk about this. But I feel like social media is corrupting our young minds, especially our young women. You know what I mean? It's giving them a false pretense of what they think they should be or who they think they should be based on social media and people's fake lives. You know what I mean? I feel like you can only believe social media as far as you can throw it. And I don't lift weights no more, so I don't throw too far anyway. You feel me? So I just feel like I want to get us to discuss that, and I like everybody's opinion today. But before we do that, I like to give everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves, talk about who they are, you know what I'm saying? And what it is that you do exactly, because I also want this to be a promotion, cross promotion for you as well. Not only are you here at the round table to have a discussion, but you also here to introduce yourself to the fans, family members, and supporters that support Crown Republic, that pay attention to these round table conversations. So I want to start off with Tron G, if you don't mind. Would you introduce yourself, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
All right, real quick. Tron, it's my real name, birth name, so don't try to figure it out. And also I was born before the movie, so don't try to make that connection.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm a newer radio personality. Just invested in K254 radio here in Central Texas. We are a free internet radio station. So essentially right now we provide something like satellite radio, but it's free.
That's dope. And you have that opportunity open to all independents or just industry artists? Did we pause? Is that
okay? Now it's in progress. All right. So
That's
nice. I don't know what it picked up and what it didn't. So you had a question?
Yes, sir. My bad. I don't know what just happened right there. That was odd.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying. You're saying you got satellite radio. My question to you was is that for independents or is that for just industry artists? How are you working that?
No. So this is so essentially our mission is we're looking to unify people through sound with innovative means. So that's our mission for the radio station. And when I say sound, that means any sound. It could mean an instrument. It could be poetry. So it could be comedy. And it's genderless. It has nothing to do with religion. It represents everyone. So, you know, we really specialize in independent artists to where we have showcases where an artist that records a song in a room in their mom's basement, they can email it to me and we'll play it. They can showcase it there at my radio station.
That's what's up.
We'll record it. So we can provide a unique experience. So I'm not trying to compete with FM and really not trying to be satellite radio. So it's very unique. So we're doing some great things here in Central Texas. We have artists that come all the way from Houston as well as Dallas here to the K-Town to get it done. So
that's what's up, brother. I appreciate you coming, man. Naomi speaks very highly of you. And if you don't know me that well, but just know that Naomi is my right hand, sometimes my left hand even. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate, you know what I mean, when she brings somebody of your talents to the table. Like I said, she speaks very highly of you, brother. So we welcome you in today. You feel me?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Get Buck. What up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Kim?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. Won't you introduce yourself, man?
All right. I'm DJ Get Buck. I'm also known as Aki Buck, originally from Staten Island, New York. I've been DJing since age of 15. I'll be 41 on the 24th. I started as a DJ in high school, little high school group we had. From there, I got with DJ crew called Fleet DJs in 04.
Fleet.
Yeah. So now I'm actually the manager of the DJ crew, the Vegas crew. And I started working with 88.1, a local radio station out here for about 2 years. And kind of, just took the knowledge from the station and started my own. So now I got 3, just like Tron, I got 3 stations out here that's web radio. Right now I'm trying to put together a little team with the Fleet, Vegas Fleet, trying to get some events going on. I'm also a member of the Universal Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
I really don't hear too much about anymore because of what went down with Band Barter, but I used to be the chapter leader of the Vegas, the G Family chapter. Nowadays, what I do now is I've been teaching the kids podcasts and radio, how to do their own shows and stuff. And I'm also the field marshal of the new generation Black Panther Party. So I do a lot of stuff with the community and help our people out. So like Blacc saying, as far as the education, I'm working on trying to put together classes to teach our youth our real Black history. As far as a lot of our kids don't know who Massa Musa is or Marcus Garvey. They only teach them in February on Black History Month, and it's only like Martin Luther King or you might get Malcolm X or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just basically here trying to do my part and work on trying to help our community, and as if it comes through with hip hop, anyway, that's what I'm here for.
I appreciate you, Buck. I invited Buck, man. That's my brother, man. I am the sole promoter for Fleet DJs Las Vegas. You know what I mean? So everything that's supposed to be promoted in Vegas with Fleet DJs, that's my job. Buck is our manager in Vegas. We've been trying to get together for almost like 6 months, really trying to put this whole thing together. It's a little difficult in Vegas because there's so many people doing so many things. But one thing I respect about Buck is his tendencies, his consistency, you know what I mean, his character, you know what I mean? Because I promise you, me and Buck done had conversations. I done told Buck a couple times, like, bro, they don't want to do it. Forget them. Buck be like, nah, bro, we got to get everybody involved. I was like, I hear you, Buck. All right, I hear you. But you know me, Naomi, I'd be like, oh, they don't want to work? Oh, well, we're going to keep going and then they'll catch up later. You feel me? Buck is a real uniter, you know what I mean? And I really respect that about my guy, Buck, because he's really about uniting everybody and trying to keep us all together. And I think that comes from the Panthers and the Zulu Nation. Like, that's just a characteristic that's in him, not on him. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, Buck, you know what I mean? From all sides that we got ourselves linked with, not just Fleet, but just being a Black man out here in Las Vegas, trying to help these youth. You know how I feel about that, brother. So I appreciate you coming out today.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. I got my other brother out here, man. DJ D Foss. What up, bro?
I'm going for that.
Can you hear me? Boss? I'm gonna keep it moving then. Shelly, hey, what up though? My sis in the gang. What's happening with it?
What up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you're doing.
So Michelle Paris. I am new business owner. Trying to just kind of like expose myself a little bit. We have a online boutique store. I have a construction business, and just really trying to just get out there, see,
Hold on.
who's doing stuff, kind of network.
Hold on. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold
can hear
on,
me?
False. Go ahead, Shell, my bad.
Okay, and then also recently we just started hosting pop-up events. So I want to kind of incorporate more people and, see who was interested in doing that and come out, support and, just kind of get out in the community, see if we can help the community some kind of way and just do some new things.
I wanted to invite, you know how I get, Naomi. I like to have a mixture of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And not to blast you, Shell, and I hope you don't mind that I'm gonna put this information out there. But Shell's a part of the LGBT community. You know what I mean? She's been with me since I was manager at the Attic. You know what I mean? She's done security for me, even at Ninja Karaoke. She turns up every time at all the parties and functions that we do. You know what I mean? She's a true supporter, but she's always wanted to be involved in any way, shape, or form. So I'm very proud of her right now that she's got the opportunity to create her own entertainment. You know what I mean? She's doing her own boutique. She's reaching out with her own arms, trying to get into the community and do things as well. So I feel like I rubbed off on her a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like I rubbed off on her a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? But I appreciate her coming in today too. You know what I mean? I love you to death. I got you wherever I can help you at. You already know what it is. DJ Falls, you good? Let me bring him back. Let me see if I can get him off the mute. I had to mute him.
I'm good. I'm in the store. Can you hear me?
Nah, not good. You breaking up on us.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Okay, let me try. Let me get out of the store. I'll come right back.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, this is what we're gonna do, because this show only about an hour long, man. We don't try to hold people too long, especially on a Sunday morning. We don't want to tie up your Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like as far as me and my co-host are concerned, Sunday morning conversations are very important. We've had some really great roundtables about all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? But I think today's conversation is really going to be the most important as us as adults being able to see the generation or two generations or three generations below us. You know what I mean? And be able to discuss that from all different point of views. We all different business people from all different avenues, places in the world, as well as different sites that we look through or different paradigms that we view the world through. You feel me? So I'm going to start with Buck. Let me talk to you, Buck, a little bit, because you're dealing with some kids right now. What do you think, or what is your opinion? What is your opinion of the influence right now of social media on our younger generation?
Right now, you know what I'm saying? Being in the entertainment business, I realized that a lot of our youth are followers. You know what I'm saying? They see what's on the social media and they try to copycat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, I noticed, when they started with the skinny jeans, they all start wanting to do the skinny jeans thing. You got Migos wearing choker chains and stuff like that, and then you got the young ones wearing these choker. Remember back in the day, we used to wear chains talking about some hang down to our, you know what I'm saying? They got this
Your belt, it be down into your belt.
You know so then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically like they trying to follow what they think is the right, is the hottest thing right now. So I see it as us as adults, we're in charge of telling them, what's right and wrong. Of course, they're gonna look at us like we're old, like, oh man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's the hip, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell them what to do. But we also got to be able to understand where they're coming from and be up under them in a way where we're not doing too much, but we're just enough to know that, okay, this is what's going on next. We're not sitting there trying to figure out why your son got pink nail polish on his hands and this, that, and where that's tattoo or something you understand, because we got to just keep up with what's going on and, you know, basically find a way where we're not looking like I say, we're not looking like we're stopping them from living, but also try to put in their mind state that, you know, you gotta watch what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it got to a point where they started drinking lean and drinking this and that. Back in the day, they used to talk about, you know, in hip hop, they used to talk about selling drugs and getting off, you know, and getting away from it. Now they're talking about taking the drugs. You know what I'm saying? How, you know, they smoke and drink. They never used to talk about that back in the, you know, in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like uplifting, talking about something. Oh, I was doing bad in back in the day, but look at me now. I'm, you know what I'm saying, rollies and this and that. Now they're trying to make it seem like they're taking the things. You know what I'm saying? So
let me say this. Let me say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me say this. I'm gonna come to you, Tron. And listening to what Buck said, I got two questions for you. Number one, do you agree with his standpoint? And number two, do you think that us adults should take more responsibility in what it is that we post or what that we share?
Yes, I mean, I agree 100%. Because when we look at our behavior as just as human beings, we're products of our environment, right? So what we see and hear, that's what we do. So the same conversation that we're having right now, you know, each generation has had it, you know. So really, if it's social media or whether it's the newspaper, whether it's Hollywood or whatever, you can strip that off, right? You can strip that off, right? And really look at, you know, once you peel that onion back, okay, what do we have, right? So it's whatever is feeding our youth, right? And how are we filtering it as adults, right? And what can we do, right? And really, you know, every, you know, year, every day, right, there's something new, right? And it's just going to be categorized as something else, but it's the same thing.
Right.
Historically, it's the same thing. There's no change. Just like back, some would say big tobacco pushed the smoking sensation here in the United States with pumping money into Hollywood.
Facts.
People are seeing smoking, it's cool to do, so then that's how
everybody
it happens,
else is doing it. Right.
And that's everyone. And that's not just about black, white, whatever, that's everyone. So it's how do you influence a population? How do you do it, right? And the folks that have the money, that have the big money and the big brains, they're the ones that figure out how do you influence. Now it's us as adults and as parents, it's how do we filter that, right? There's some good and there's some bad. And it's also based on your environment, what's good for you, what's good for your child, right? So, and there's so many different variables, right? But as adults, we have to truly, one, educate ourselves so we can educate our children, right? So that history does not repeat itself.
I got something else for you right here, Michelle. Tell me about this. And please don't take me the wrong way when I ask this question to you, but I really need to know from you, because I've been asking this question to a lot of my lesbian or gay friends, because I feel that the LGBT community is not what they showcase on social media. I feel like social media is making a push in favor of that community, but I don't think that everyone in that community likes the way it's being pushed. Can you comment on that for me?
I don't think so. But, you know, we don't really pay attention to it too much because it's not being pushed the way we would like it. You know, so I really don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, because I stopped, you know, paying attention to it.
Okay.
We try to push our own stuff, you know, and try to get it out there as much as we can, but you see it, but you don't see it, you know. Right. So
what better light, let me see if I'm saying that right. What better ways, or in what better light would you like for your community to be pushed, or I shouldn't say pushed, or just talked about, or enlightened, or the information about who you guys really are, okay? Because I don't want it to sound like y'all some kind of alien, you know what I mean? You already know how I feel about it, Michelle.
Everybody else stuff is talking about it. I don't feel like it's a difference at this point, you know? the news, however, social media is putting everybody else's ads out there, or whichever way they're doing it. I feel like it's the same way we should be done.
Okay.
Know.
For every, you mean for every community, not just your community, but for whoever. If it's the Black community, the white community, green community, whatever, whoever it is, they should be promoted the same way. Correct?
Right. Yes. I mean, y'all see us. You see everything. Black people, whoever it is, So it should all be brought out the same way. I believe.
I agree. No, I feel like we should stop subcategorizing everybody and remember that we human. You feel me? Right. I think a lot of times people want to put us in these categories, right? And don't get me wrong, listen, I'm a school teacher, bro. Some of my kids might see this. Some of my administration might see this and be like, Randy, that's a touchy subject. It is what it is. This is the life we live in. But people want to put us in subcategories like, oh, he's Black. Oh, he's American. Oh, he's European. I'm human. I'm human like you human. You feel me? So regardless of where I come from or what lifestyle I live, when I wake up in the morning, I thank God for waking me up. I got to go get a job or work and pay bills, just like you got to work and pay bills. You feel what I'm saying? I deal with the same emotion.
Well, I also feel like that's the problem now. If we would stop diversity or, putting us in different categories, it wouldn't be an issue. It's just, let's all just come together. It's
just be people, huh? Yeah. Man, this, you already know how I feel about it. Y'all forgive me for my blue rag today, brother. It done got cold out here. My nose is leaking. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not gang banging or nothing. You feel what I'm talking about? So please forgive me. You feel me? Folks, can you hear us today? Can you hear us? You tapped in with us? Can you hear us? My brother is driving. He done dropped the phone and everything. Look. Can you hear us, Brody?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Boy,
you hear me?
Yeah, you keep breaking up on us, though.
I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm out. Is it breaking up now?
No, you good right now.
Okay. What's going on, though, brother? Appreciate the invite on the show. I'm just trying to get back home in something stable so I don't keep breaking up. I guess it was the cellular connection or something.
It ain't nothing,
but I'm
brother.
good.
Give me your, what's your opinion on social media's effect on our younger generation nowadays?
Good question. I'll put it like this. I think social media has its benefits, and it's crazy for me because I'm a social media consultant and a manager for various brands and stuff too. But as far as now, see, the adults know where to keep it and they know what's what. But as far as the teenagers and like early 20s and like, it's probably become one of the most destructive things that our generation has seen, because everybody's trying to compete and keep up, and it's a never-ending hamster wheel. And it's like what we discussed on the show. People are trying to compare their real life to people's highlights.
Right.
And so it messes with even my daughter, man. Like she spoke about something about it. It does something to the psyche. I mean, it's great for connecting with people, people that you haven't seen, that haven't found you in 20-some years. It's great for that aspect. But the psychological aspect and I gotta keep up, I gotta outdo this next post, and it's just sickening, man. And it's like we talked about the social dilemma and how these companies are targeting the emotion of people, and the feel good. What they said, and it was summed up, is like it's dopamine, but you have it in the palm of your hand. When somebody like your post or like this, it's an instant little shot of dopamine, and people get addicted to that. Especially the teens, because they're still trying to establish their identity and who they are. Like people, I say 35 and older, maybe we know what's what. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is. But for our youth, man, I think it's super destructive, man.
Absolutely.
Super destructive.
Absolutely. Naomi G. Hello, beautiful. Hello. I know I skipped around everybody and you usually go second, but I wanted you to be last in this today. Because being who you are, single mother, you know what I'm saying, your kids, you deal with a lot, and me and you have talked about a lot. Not to put too much of your business in the streets, but you got a situation right now that you're dealing with that has a little bit of play into social media as well. Listen to what everybody else has said today. What's your idea? What's your take on the influence of social media?
I think, again, I agree with what he said, that this is a generation of followers. Everyone's just trying to follow each other and be better than the other instead of making their own way, instead of, being their own individual self. I also feel that social media made it, let's see. So me being a single mother, there's a lot of times that I don't have time to be disciplining my kids, or I'll just shoo them off. And where do? They go get on social media. They go watch these shows. And a lot of times I have time to filter. Sometimes I don't have time to filter, but the music that's being put out there, they're not getting the real discipline that they should. They're not getting the real morals that our parents, our grandparents put into us. So they're missing all of that. And then they're trying to live up to social media standards. And then it's time for them to graduate. It's time for them to get out in the real world. And then they get out there and
it ain't social media. It ain't social media. You get out in the real world, you be like, yo, this ain't social media.
My daughter, I have a daughter, and I don't mind sharing this because my story might help someone else, but she's 16 years old. She started cutting. Why? Because she saw it on social media. She became a cutter. She started getting real suicidal based on just the music she was listening to, the groups of people she was watching. She was confused about who she was, trying to follow everyone else and not taking time to figure out who she was. So she's going through her own identity crisis, trying to figure out, does she like men? Does she like women? She, trying to figure out who she is. And a lot of that is social media. And because of social media, a lot of people aren't getting the morals, the respect. There's no more respect anymore. Everyone wants respect, but everyone's forgetting to give respect. And us old school heads, come on. If you want respect, you got to give it. That's how we live,
It's earned, right?
Yeah. And these kids these days, they're not getting that anymore like we used to. And that's our job so we got to filter what we say. We got to watch how we act. We got to watch what we're posting, and we got to figure out how to turn that around. And instead of showing them and enabling this generation to follow the bad crowd, we got to be that better influence and show them, what life is really about. Because it's not all about being out there having the best of whatever. Like, it's about there just making sure you got a roof over your head, food on the table, making sure your kids are right.
Fact.
That's what it's about.
I agree with everybody. And I'm gonna say we got about 8 minutes left in the show. I told y'all we're gonna get in and out today. But I want to say this before we get out of here. I agree with everybody. And I deal with kids every day. You understand? I sit in a classroom every day. I see things, I hear things. One thing I want to say, and then I'll let everybody, give me a brief synopsis, 30 seconds, a minute. But the music we grew up on, I remember my parents being like, no, hell no, NWA, Tupac, Too Short, Luke. My mama and them didn't like none of that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now my mama listens to hip hop and I be laughing about it like, that's crazy. Feel me? But at the same time,
stuck, Randy.
I'm stuck. You hear me?
You did. We're good now.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what's wrong with the internet today. It's weird. But I remember my mom and dad being upset with them type of artists, rap. I remember CDs and cassettes being put in the middle of the road and the churches was upset. I remember all of that. So I don't look at this generation like we didn't go through that type of stuff. We did. Okay. Mm-hmm. But the difference to me in this music and the music we grew up on, yeah, it was a little gangster, but it was more street. It was really talking about what was going on in the streets. Okay. The music we listen to
it was
now,
revolutionary too.
Facts. But the music that the kids are getting now is very emo. I don't know if y'all know what emo is, but it's
emo
very
rap.
emo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's about.
Well, look at this. Look at how many rappers have died or committed suicide, and they look at that as like that was
cool.
The grand finale.
No, that's cool. That's cool now. To kill yourself now is cool.
To off yourself, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool to kids now. If I kill myself, I get more publicity. They're gonna be talking about me.
Right.
It's weird to me now. Even with the school shootings, kids are more willing now to shoot up schools because when I'm gone, they gonna talk about me for months.
Right.
Remember that incident I told you that happened here in West Texas, that kid killed that other kid at a rap show because the other guy had more likes than him?
Yeah.
See, that's sickening, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is what our kids have become. They become alike. And if I listen, it sounds funny. And please, again, don't take it the wrong way, but I've listened to kids be like, yo, such and such got more likes to me. They not doper than me. What? What does a like mean? A like might mean you have more people participating on your page than that person might have. That a like doesn't make your worth. This is how we'll wrap it up right here. I'll give everybody a chance to talk about it. Tell me where we became or how we became the society where a like represents your worth right now. Tron G, you up.
I'll try to make this quick. So as far as the influence, it's the influence is what we allow, right, as adults, and it's that simple. So the things that we think that happened in the 80s, there were other things that were happening in the 80s that we just were not aware of. So just because we weren't aware of it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And we have to remember that we grew up in the age, like 2 Live Crew, okay? I grew up in that era, right? Where some of the things that were happening on that stage, today, you would not allow it. And it was happening. There were sheriffs, there was so much involvement. And that was a long time ago. I was a kid when that was going on.
Right.
So we can't forget about that. So we can't think like, okay, everything was so peaceful and it was MC Hammer and it wasn't. It was not, and then the influence was there. Well, back then we had newspapers.
Right.
It was how were we receiving our information? So we have to look at that. So tomorrow it's going to be something else and it's not going to be social media. So our parents, just think about, some folks were hung up in trees on Sundays, right? That happened in our society, right? In our history, right? And those people listen to music, so that's historically, those things have happened. So today, we can't look at it as, it's chaotic. No, we have to look at it for really what it is and peel that onion back. Until we peel that onion back and look for the truth for what it is, that's the only way that we can move forward for, any type of solution. Because we're having the same conversations that my parents had, and they're right. So we have to look, and especially if we keep changing history, like we've done historically, we like to change the narrative. If we continue to change the narrative, we'll never, get to where we need to be.
Facts. But we got about 2 minutes left. I'm gonna let you close us out.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, like you were saying, I mean, in this time, like you said, it's way different from back how we had listened to. You know what I mean? So, I mean, to the point where we could just be able to get with the youth, where they're not looking at us as a trying to stop them from living. We basically just got to get an understanding, maybe sit them down and talk to them and figure out where their mind is at when it comes to what they're listening to. Let them tell us, oh yeah, such and such got this new song out. That's what whoop whoop and whatever they doing this and that. And then after they finish, telling us about it, then that's when we come in and be like, okay, well, now do you understand that, this is something that he's doing for, likes or whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is not something that you're supposed to follow because that's something that makes him look good, you know what I mean? So we got to kind of change up the way we, interact with the youth and kind of let them understand that we're not here to bash them or tell them, hey, you can't listen to this, or I'm gonna take your CD. We got to kind of ease into there, because when I was younger, my stepdad actually took my Ja Rule CD from me because it said Ja on it. And he was like, "What? Why is he rapping in cursive, but he got the word Ja in it?" He didn't understand that. So I basically gotta learn from how it was for us, and how now that we're adults and not the teens, get the idea of how we could go as far as teaching our youth also, but in a way where they'll kind of understand. if that makes
Absolutely.
sense.
Let me say this. I appreciate everybody. And listen, it's short today. Please forgive me for the shortness. But like I said, we try to keep these Sunday conversations so you can be around your family. But I want all y'all to come back. Feel me? And I'm going to send out an invitation because I want this group of people to come back so we can sit down